so we off to a nice start here, but some action over extra cow over the point region there actually, so good start for Silje.
Not a bad first over either for the Badgers, just the 4 runs off that one.
And as per normal procedure, the captain Janae Winster will open with spin from her favourite end, which is the Ferry Street end of the ground.
Yes, you always want to make sure, as the bowling team, you really don't want the opposition, the batters, to get off to a flyer first up, and the first over very important in setting the stall. First over from both bowlers, so it's going to be interesting to see how Janae goes in this particular over, expecting her to be as tight as she normally is. The batters will no doubt have some view on that.
That's a beautiful shot by Silje, and she will pick up a nice boundary.
Yeah, great cricket shot from Silje there again. As James mentioned earlier, how important this power play is, and again she's putting the pressure on the first ball of Winston's over here. So momentum off to Silje again, pressure on the bowler here.
Yeah, always good to get that boundary first up, and it takes a lot of pressure off you as a batter for the rest of the over. If you can get a boundary in every single over in a T20 format, you're certainly going to be up around the 120 to 140 range at absolute minimum.
Forward defensive. Free State, they will not be able to improve their position irrespective of the outcome of today's match. They will finish bottom of the lock. As we said yesterday, by the look of things, they seems to be a much better team than the bottom of the lock team. This one, Silje, again aggressively take it on, and that is a maximum, a great hit by Silje.
Stunning shots, and it's keeping her feet on the ground and reaching for the sky. There is umpire Gaynor Sabola at the southern end of the ground. The umpires having switched over from yesterday. Umpire Sabola at the southern end, and at the northern end of the ground is umpire Rensha Pretorius. And that is a 4 and a 6 off the first 3 deliveries. Big over this for the Free State.
Nicely played out, and it is Michelle May. It's not very tidy from her, and allow the batters to run a second run.
Yeah, but disappointing there in outfield. It should be just a normal 1 run, but good running between the wickets here from the batters. Again, it's over. They're looking to finish it strongly. She backs it down to the mid-wicket area. No run there, short dot ball. So yeah, Andrews a bit under pressure. First over for 12, or one more ball left in this over. Let's see how she's going to come out to this. And she's got a deep square out and long on.
Fielding done.
Oh dear.
So again, slippery fielding, and it allows the batters to take a single. The Badgers will not be very happy with this over, and initiative taken by Free State. 15 runs from the over, a very good start.
Yeah, outstanding stuff from Isel Silje in that over, and she keeps the strike, which I think is very important. She looks like she's going to be the aggressor, and it is at the other end Yolandi Potgieter who's just going to be turning that strike over, giving her the opportunity to free her arms and play through the ball. She did that really beautifully. 2 shots down the ground. The 6 really was a big 6.
Correction, 13 runs from the over. So watch Andrews, and there's a shout for LBW, and it's out. That's out. Very good decision made by umpire Pretorius, as we see the departure of the dangerous Silje. Well, wicket to wicket, and Silje trapped black before by Andrews.
Yeah, great ball there. Andrews attacking the stumps as mentioned just now. I think that one just slightly kept low there. And Silje was done there by Andrews. Great start here for Andrews, for a team after the previous over went for 13 runs. So nice little comeback here.
Yeah, very good comeback, and much needed, as Celia was really looking to take her Winster on, and perhaps the mistake she made there, Warren, perhaps just playing across the line rather than playing straight to that one from Andrews. And Andrews once again proving how important she is to this team here, the Garden Route Badgers, coming back from long-term injury only in the last month or so. Very important to have her back, Albertus.
Absolutely, it's uncommon, and I can't recall that I ever saw 13 runs hit from the first over from Janae Winster.
Yeah, that is
so a very good start, but we saw the departure of Celia, and in is Ready. She had a very good innings yesterday, in my view, a match-winning innings. The wicket-keeper batter Ready facing Andrews, and once again on the money from Michaela Andrews.
Yeah. Michaela Andrews obviously learned from the previous over that probably not can't leave the stumps much, so again good start there to the new batter. And yes, I agree with you, yesterday really looked like she was the one just sitting in the innings and so making sure she takes her innings very deep. I think she might want to play this similar role here.
Yeah. Shift up in the batting order. She's facing Andrews and make connection with that ball, but Andrews herself does the fielding, no addition to the score.
Yeah, so it's been a very good start from Michaela Andrews, 4 off her first over, and then getting the wicket first up in the second over. Really has been very, very important spell so far for her.
Once again played across the line. Fielding is done by Tabitha Lagransi. And there's a chance for a run out here. Oof. She threw to the wrong end.
Yeah. And
the batter got home. It's opportunities like this which the Badgers must take. And Free State got away there as Lagransi threw to the bowler instead of to the wicket keeper. And Ready would definitely be in trouble should the throw be at the other end. Of the boot of Andrews, showing some soccer skills there.
Yeah, good first touch there from Andrews. Yeah, it reminded me of yesterday. You know, there's a couple of chances that the Badgers left outside in the field just because of simple, maybe just awareness but sharpness. I think that needs to be picked up today. If the Badgers don't want to deal with the same type of problems that they dealt with yesterday.
Oh, that's wide. Actually got
away with that.
Lucky to get away. A nice fielding from the keeper, the river. The batters are home for a single, and it takes the score to 19. It's to 20. It's the end of the over, and a very good over from Andrews, where she got the wicket of Isel Celia.
Just the 2 runs off the bat. And it is going to be Janae Winster to continue from the southern end of the ground, the Outiniqua end. And she's hoping in this over that she's going to be able to keep Yolandi Pote quiet. And so it's Veronica Reddy who's actually on strike to her. And Reddy, as you say, getting promoted in the order after an excellent innings yesterday from her, working very well with Mignon Fanamerva and just holding the team together in that chase yesterday, which they were successful in doing, winning by 4 wickets in the 50 over match. I don't think she got anything on that one. It just bounced quite nicely for the off spinner.
The national selectors will definitely keep an eye on Reddy. Glove work yesterday was very good, and there's not a lot of depth currently in the national team in terms of wicket keeping. Yeah. Mika de Ridder, the Badgers keeper, has been left out of the team. Nicely played, but straight to the fielder. That is one of the better fielders on the circuit, Chantal van Schoor.
Yeah, she's got a very good knack of hitting the wickets, Chantal van Schoor, in the field. It's nice to play. They're going to go through for a quick single. It will make it quite easily. That's good. Very quick and sharp calling from Reddy to get through for that single. That's what they're going to need to do, rotate the strike. Pote perhaps now facing Winster for the first time.
Yeah, Winster's still opting to leave mud on up.
And she's going to come around the wicket for the right-hander.
And still just deep square out the game. You're still allowed to have 2 players outside, but they're opting just to have the one outside the end.
Oh, that's a magnificent cricket shot by Yolandi Potgieter, and she will pick up a boundary.
Yeah, great shot, Potgieter. I think that was very well manipulated through that gap to the offside there. Came down a little bit and gave herself some room, but there was width given from Winster there, and she bounced on it nicely.
Pierced the gap on the offside, something which the Badgers struggled to do yesterday. And Winster, she will be very concerned with her first 2 overs.
Yeah.
She's normally a very economical bowler. She already conceded 18 runs from her first 10 balls. And that will be 4 more. Potgieter immediately capitalised on the short pitch delivery, and she picked up a boundary through mid-wicket.
Yeah, again there was the compensating there. Since we saw that yesterday, if they go slightly too wide and they drop it short, and then the Potgieter was well alert and she bounced in that one again. Winston under pressure to get out this over, already 22 runs in a 1.5 overs,
Yeah, so 2 back-to-back boundaries, and as you say, Warren, she's just not getting her length right at the moment, is she? She's just either over-pitching or pitching it too short. She hasn't quite got into her rhythm this morning.
Very well negotiated by Potgieter as she hit it out to mid-on, and there's a single.
Yeah, Potgieter looks like she's very comfortable against spin. She uses her feet nicely, and it's very impressive to see her from a young player. She moves up to 10. I'm sure Reddy will also try and maneuver the spin around, since we only 2 overs left for the power play.
Yeah, I wonder if Winster will keep herself on the bowling attack as we see Kayakaze Mate replacing Michaela Andrews from the northern end of the ground. Mate bowled well yesterday.
She did. She got some reward, but possibly could have taken even more wickets had the fielding been, let's say, a little bit better on the Badgers' side. She was really excellent though. She might get some shape as well here today.
Another great shot from Potgieter, and 4 runs. Potgieter, I must say, is extremely impressive.
She really looks impressive with both with the short ball and the one that's over pitched. That one just full toss first up, bit of a loosener. She certainly took full toll of that one outside the off stump.
Yeah, the Badgers got to offside back, and Potgieter just keep piercing that gap there. I mean, it's very, very, very well placed again to find that gap there. So Potgieter looking good here for the Free State ladies.
Indeed, looking very good.
34 for 1 now into the 5th over, so batting at over 8 and over, and that is an impressive start for them in the power play, wanting to make the most use of this power play. They've come out with a plan, and they're executing that plan at the moment very well.
Nice straight bat shot, direct straight to Van Schoor, and that's the one fielder that they will not take on.
No, you don't want to risk any quick singles to Chantal Van Schoor, and I think they have to make sure that they know exactly where she is in the field. She gets to the ball quickly, she releases the ball quickly, and she's deadly accurate with her throws.
Once again in the gap, and that one will be cut off, but it will still be 2 runs added to the score. Yolandi Potgieter easily negotiate that one to the onside for a couple.
So again, not the type of first over yet that KK Mate would have wanted. Gone for 6 already off 3 deliveries, and that boundary off the first ball of the over, always so important in T20.
Absolutely. As we watch Mate, well negotiated, and the single was always on into the gap on the offside, and even Chantal Van Schoor will not be able to save the single.
Yeah, Mate taking some pace off the ball there. It looks like Potgieter just happy to be the one that's going to come out and show some aggression. So interesting to see how Reddy will come out, trying to come out this over if she's going to go the same route since we're still in the power play. So let's see what Pote is going to give it to Pote, or to Reddy, sorry. Oh. Some hesitation there, but dot ball to the cover region there.
Yeah, Michaela Andrews picking up quickly from a position at extra cover. So we've got a wide third on the boundary, a point, got a deep cover, extra cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, square leg and short fine leg. And just managing to play that one from outside the off stump, getting a bit of the inside half of the bat, so she ended the over better, did KK Mate, but still 7 runs off that over, 37 for the loss of 1 after 5, batting at 7.4 runs to the over so far, and they'll be quite happy with that, I'm sure. Will Free State in the first 5 overs, losing the wicket of Ezel Salia, who was very well bowled. She was LBW to the impressive Michaela Andrews up front. Andrews 2 overs, 1 for 6 before she was replaced by Mate.
And it is a bowling change as expected. Janae wins to take herself out of the attack, and she's replaced by Chantal van Schoor.
Sure.
And Fiora coming around from mid on, just diving to stop that one. That is Michaela Andrews coming around, managed to stop that, so it would have gone through for the boundary, cleaned up by Asoka Nyovani. So 3 for the 2 off the first ball of Chantal van Schoor's over. This is the last over of the power play.
That's another impressive shot from Reddy. She gets 4 runs.
So her first boundary, and again straight down the ground, which is the safest place on the field to play that ball down to the boundary, and it really is a very good boundary for her, as you don't see it in your picture, but to try and protect the covers that are down under the sight screen there. That ball gone far onto the covers. Michaela Andrews doing a little bit of leopard crawling there, but she doesn't stand on the covers. Interesting.
Yeah, I think Harold Rose can give her some lessons on leopard crawling. Harold, a military non-commissioned officer.
Right.
And one is left, not entirely fielded by the rudder, but it will not make any difference to the score.
No, an important thing there is umpire Gaynor Sabola also keeps her hands down by her sides, not extending them.
And this one is wired by Van Schoor, by the umpire Sabola.
Way too soon, I spoke way too soon.
Yeah, and Potgieter, she only faced 10 balls for her 18. She seems to be in fine nick, but it is Reddy facing. She's on 8 from 12 balls. That is not a very good shot, but she will get a single as Tabitha Lagranzi runs in from the square leg boundary and does the fielding, 1 run added to the score.
Yeah, we tend to get the feeling that Reddy is sensing that there's too many dot balls faced from her, so that's why she's obviously also well aware of this to the last over the power player. So Potgieter is trying to pounce on Van Schoor's last 2 balls. Oh, she just pulls out. A little sweat in the eyes there, so that will be a dead ball. Yet again, they've got sweeper out and offside, so we're well aware of them only having allowed to have 2 outside. So Van Schoor's going to try and come out this over nicely as Potgieter makes a play. Played it down to mid wicket. Must field there, but only 1 as they get through, as Reddy gets through to the keeper's end quite safely. Again, 1 more ball left in this power play. Where's it going, gentlemen?
Yeah, good question.
A very impressive power play performance by Free State. I mean, Warren, we did lots of commentary for the men, and they're normally in the vicinity of between 51 and 58 in a power play.
Yes.
So a very good start for the visitors. End of the power play, 45 for 1 after 6. Batting at 7.5 to the over.
Yeah, you're right. The visitors will be happy with that power play. I think the Bears will probably try and get a breakthrough just to put some brakes on, or really try and build some pressure. But these two look pretty comfortable at the crease at the current moment.
It's interesting, often that the sort of first over after the power play, when the fielders are out of the circle, sometimes that is when the wicket tends to fall. Batters just not quite getting into those sort of, I don't know, we do have like middle overs sort of in a T20 is from now until probably about over 14, 15, although in the men's game it seems like they go a lot earlier these days, but sometimes they just never stop going at the ball. But interesting to see what KK Mate can do this over with Yolandi Potgieter on strike. It's been very aggressive so far, as Albertus was saying.
So it's Mate to Potgieter, and it actually should be a single there.
Yeah, it's exactly what in the power play they were taking one down there as well.
Yeah.
So the fielding side after the power play generally just sits on the ring, and maybe the batter's not aware of it, but then they're still trying to go over the top, and maybe that's where they lose it wicket. So like we said just now, even the previous ball, that's normally just one. Potgieter just missing out. Mate again.
Oh, it's a well delivery. It's a very good delivery, right at the legs. And she will be furious with that mistake, and it allows the batter to scramble through for a single.
Yeah, they'll bring Radio to strike now. Again, as we saw yesterday, she was quite capable to maneuver and manipulate the field and see if she can do this.
Very good awareness from Reddy to call for the single.
Yeah, Derrida just missing the stumps there, didn't she, on with that back flick.
Sure.
A good stop from
very good stop.
Tall Michelle Murray, diving towards the right and stop a certain boundary.
The action fielding there from May.
Excellent.
They could have gone through, maybe down to the boundary for two, three more runs, but very, very well fielded down there.
Made up for her earlier error on the boundary where she gave away the single. And she stopped that one beautifully in her hand immediately. That's
that is an
well
excellent
played.
cricket shot. She gave herself some room and over the extra cover region for 4. That's a beautiful cricket shot, gentlemen.
I must agree with you, Warren. A classy shot, inside out, as he plays it over cover for 4.
She's looking really good. Is Yolandi Potgieter, 24 off 14 deliveries for her, 4 fours now that she's got, and she has looked very impressive. So just goes to show what a good batting wicket this is as well. We saw it yesterday. Certainly the scores yesterday in the 50 over game we would have thought were a little bit under par. Oh my word, she gets
It misses
goes through
everything.
yeah.
And it will run away for 4. No, there was some bat with
Yeah, there
that.
was
Should have
bat
been an
on it.
inside X. Inside edge, and umpire Joy signals 4.
Yeah, so that one evading the wicketkeeper Derrida because of that inside edge and going exceptionally fine. Perhaps if she hadn't have hit it, that may have pegged the leg stump back.
Yeah.
Perhaps lucky to get that inside edge. Mate will be upset about that. Now her over gone for 10, first over after the power play, and that's certainly not something that was in the Badgers' thinking when they were asked to field first.
So it's Mate to Reddy and pardon to Potgieter, and this time the fielding is done, no run added to the score. Very healthy situation for the Free State. 55 for 1 after 7, batting at 7.9 to the over. So we're looking at a score of 140 here, should they be able to keep the momentum going, which will be a very, very competitive score in a T20 format. And as we said earlier, the Badgers, they are not very good chasers. And if it wasn't for their inability to chase down targets, they could have won the T20 competition this year.
Yeah, just came up short on a couple of occasions, didn't they? Particularly remembering that brilliant innings from Annery Dirksen when they were literally, I think, 2 runs away from Western Province's total here at the recreation ground. And that is a good delivery.
Very good delivery by Chantal van Schoor.
So again, Reddy falling into the trap of trying to play it square, maybe into the gap here between point and third. It was a short third and the point fielder.
Good fielding from van Schoor, preventing the single.
She's quick off her own bowling, isn't she? She doesn't, like any bowler, she doesn't want to give away runs, particularly off her own bowling, if she can avoid it. And she has done a very good job there. It's in the air. Oh, just bounces short of the fielder there in the covers. That's Haroline Rhodes at extra cover. So as I said, there's a short third, point, deep cover, extra cover, long off, long on, mid wicket, deep square, and a short fine leg.
Nicely played to the leg side as Julia Hall runs in and does the fielding, but it will not prevent a single as they keep ticking on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well there. If there's no boundaries, maybe it's a dot, but then they get the off-strike immediately after that. So this partnership building nicely, currently standing at 39. Pote looking the one to be the much senior player in this partnership as it stands here. As one score runs in.
Oh, that is a magnificent shot. And it will run away for 4 over mid-wicket. Free State, the batters really dominate the mediocre bowling from the home side.
Yeah, Free State comfortably in the driver's seat here. You can just see the energy in the field as well. These batters are controlling the spaces outside and the wide to maneuver the ball around and picking up runs freely currently.
Yeah, worrying signs for the Badgers here. That one over mid-wicket. Van Schoor is going to want to try and keep that ball outside the off stump, and she doesn't. And it might be the same result. Hole is in pursuit. She will cut it off.
Great effort from Julia Hall as Tabitha Lagranci collects the ball and not prevent the batters to take another 2. And I will agree with co-commentator Warren. Free State definitely driving seat here. After 8 overs, 62 for 1, almost batting at 8 to the over, and that will be worrying signs for the home side.
Another 7 off that Van Schoor over. She's gone for 15 off her 2, and it's going to be a change of bowling here at the Mall end of the ground. The northern end is going to be Yolandi Simon. I expect we also see Tabitha Lagranci at some stage coming in for the home team. But something needs to give here. Free State accumulating, if they're going to continue to keep this going. Veronisa Reddy looking impressive again today, Albertus.
Absolutely, no, she has certainly made a very impressive statement this weekend here in Oudtshoorn. She's on strike at 11. Simon to Reddy, and that one is hit out to long on, and the fielding has been done, and 1 run added to the score.
Brings the dangerous Yolandi Pote on strike. She's been incredibly impressive. 6 boundaries so far. It's been all around the wicket.
This one hit nice and straight, but directly to the fielder Michaela Andrews, who does the fielding. She actually did too hard to take a single.
Pote the timing the ball nicely now. I think she will continue on this way of being aggressive. Yep, again.
This one to the left, and a very good throw. There's a run out. It's a run out.
Oh, that was
magnificent fielding from Michaela Andrews. There was slight hesitation from Reddy, and I think that single was on.
It was. She must have just been. She looked like she was ambling through for the single, and no, you're not expecting the ball to come through to that end, and she certainly wasn't in her ground. You could see it from here that she looked like she was short, and immediately umpire Gaynor Sabola raising the finger, so that one probably wasn't even close.
Yeah, without hesitation.
What a throw that was, right over the stumps, and Mika Derrida took it cleanly and just knocked the bails off immediately, and a big breakthrough this. Reddy, who was looking very impressive and had anchored the innings while Yolandi Potgieter was blazing away at the other side, and now the very experienced Mignon Fanameva coming in to join Yolandi Potgieter, and expecting to see Mignon, I'm sure, is going to be wanting to keep this run rate going.
Yeah, going the run out slightly, giving a lifeline to the Badgers yesterday again to change momentum. They got a run out, so hopefully they can pounce on this opportunity. But like co-commentator James mentioned, that's the very dangerous kind of the crease right now.
Very experienced. We saw it yesterday. And the same bowler that picked up a wicket yesterday is bowling to her. That's Yolandi Simon.
That's right.
And Yolandi will be hoping to have celebrations again.
Yeah, but the members probably having it at the back of their mind, it's not going to happen today, so let's see how this backup plays out.
Almost did that one through, but he'll take a single.
Yeah, that one a little bit in the air, wasn't it, to the left of the bowler, and had it been a bit straighter, it could have been a return catch, just maybe stopping a little bit in the wicket. Bit of overcast conditions coming here today, no chance of rain.
Potgieter taking on, as the fielding has been done, taking on the batter. She advanced down the track, taking on the bowler as she advanced down the track. But there will be no addition to the score. A very good over from Simon. She only conceded 2 runs. And she's a real fighter, a real warrior.
Great to have her back in the team. Yolandi Simon.
Yeah, looks like she's out here this morning to make sure the team gets on the back and the front foot. The way she dives around, trying to save singles off her own bowling.
As we see Tabitha Lagransie enter to the bowling attack. From the Freda Street end, the southern end of the ground, and as James correctly said, it's becoming overcast here in Oudtshoorn. No chance for rain. It's a nice cool day as we await the 10th over. Free State in a very healthy situation at 64 for 2 after 8 overs. Lagransie to Van der Merwe. Taking on Van Schoor.
That
Bit of a surprise to me.
It must have been close, just judging from Chantal van Schoor's reaction. She doesn't often miss with those, but always is close. It's very dangerous to try and take a quick single to Chantal van Schoor.
Potgieter on 34, going across the line. This one hit straight to Julia Hall. She's also one of the better fielders in the team, and there will not be a single error to the total.
So this phase of play now is going to be very interesting in terms of how tight are the Badgers going to be able to keep this. First 2 deliveries have gone straight to the fielders.
Oh, very good delivery from Lagransie as Potgieter show her intent. Almost a premeditated shot.
Yeah, Potgieter looking to go through that extra cover region there, but Lagransie up for the challenge. Nice to see Lagransie not changing the field. That means she's aware of what she wants to achieve here.
Once again going across the line, risky shot, but 1 run added to the total as the captain fielding it square leg on the boundary.
Yeah,
that's a strange position for her to field. She pick up and prevent anything more than just a single. Also a little bit on no man's land, Janae Winster. Yeah, she moving back to the boundary. But as I said, a very strange position for a captain to field. Oh, that's a magnificent shot, and that will be cut off nicely on the cover, on the boundary by Kayakaze Mate. And once again, she seems to be in some pain with that right shoulder.
Yeah, they were working on it this morning as well with the physio. She was just tossing the ball in to the mitts, and they were just having a look at it. I think it's with that throws, when she brings the throws through, she certainly is struggling with that shoulder.
Yeah.
Nicely fielded, but it will not prevent a single. She runs this one down to third man. As Yolandi Simon does the fielding. I don't understand. I mean, yesterday she was in pain, Kayakaze Mate, and she's really suffering as she's down on the ground there.
Yeah, maybe also not very smart to field in the boundary.
I agree with you completely.
There, so you just need to keep putting strain onto that shoulder, and she looks very uncomfortable.
As the physiotherapist, Mr. Ines Erasmus is making his way. Ines Erasmus, well-known physiotherapist in the area. He was also the physio for Namibia in the 2023 World Cup in France. Ooh. Oh, well played shot from Potgieter. This time an underarm throw from Kayakaze Mate as she strolls back to the boundary. And it is a bit of a concern that she's fielding on the boundary with that shoulder.
I would agree. I mean, could put Tawita Lekransi, who's in at mid-wicket, you could perhaps put her out on the boundary. Let's play straight down to Asuka and Giovanni just coming around from her position at long on, and she fields that one quite easy just through for the single. So I think it's coming in singles at the moment. Yolandi Simon only 2 in her first over. Tabita Lekransi 4 in her first over, so it certainly has been slowing the rate down.
Sloppy fielding by the bowler, and it's 4 runs. That's very sloppy fielding from the bowler.
Again, beautiful use of the feet there from Potgieter, just shimmy down the ground and playing very, very simple, conventional cricket. Good placement again, but I'm very impressed the way Potgieter is using the feet against spin here.
That is now her 7th boundary, 41 of 27 deliveries. It's been an outstanding innings strikeout of 151. Well, that was well fielded by Julia Hole at short third there. That one spun viciously after it pitched and away from her to the left, and she had her hand out to stop. That would have been certainly an additional 2 runs.
Once again, advance down the track. Fielding done by Asake and Giovanni. 1 more added to the total.
So can Yolandi Simon finish this over well? 7 off the over so far. She's going to want to make sure she doesn't go for a boundary off this last delivery.
Well bowled, Yolandi Simon. As we see the end of the over, the end of the 11th over, 75 for 2. And we just received the news that one of Southwestern District's own players, he made his mark recently in the SA20. Oudtshoorn Bartman, he received a call up from the Delhi Capitals in the Indian Premier League. So congratulations to Oudtshoorn Bartman, a proud product of Southwestern District's cricket.
And indeed, well-deserved call-up to the Delhi Capitals. He was outstanding in the SA20.
Yes, he played for Sunrisers Eastern Cape under the captaincy of Adrian Birrell, one of the best coaches, I would rather say the captaincy of Adrian Malcolm and the coaching of Adrian Birrell. And this one is hit over mid-wicket for 4. A strong area for Potgieter. She moves to 46.
Yeah, Potgieter, it's a 3rd boundary in that area. It just doesn't make sense that the Badgers are not picking up that they need to maybe cut out that boundary option for if she moves to a swift 44 here, not out of how many balls?
30 balls,
30 balls
46, yeah. So
yeah, she's batting nicely.
Very impressive innings from Yolandi Potgieter.
And I would think there should be a change in the field, and that is happening now. The fielder from mid-wicket is going out onto the boundary, and it is going to be the fielder at square, or should I say at short fine, that's going to be coming into the mid-wicket position, and that I think is the right call. Just it does leave her a little bit exposed if she does stray down the leg side.
Well bowled, Tabita Lekransi.
So once again, a boundary off the first ball of the over just sets the over up beautifully for the batting team. and they've been incredibly impressive so far with this particular line of attack.
Nicely played by Pote, a very impressive shot. As Julia Hall runs in from the mid-wicket boundary and does the fielding, but one more added as she's sniffing a half century here. I must say, a very good inning from Pote.
It's been outstanding, and she deserves that half century. 47 or 32 deliveries now, and it will be a well-deserved 50 if she can get there.
Well bowled, Tabitha Lafranci right to the legs, and again sloppy fielding from Michelle May and James and Warren. This is unacceptable.
Yeah, just shaking her head here. She got to that ball quite easily. And,
absolutely, she's a good athlete.
Yeah, she is. Didn't get down it and get the hands behind it, body behind it.
Oh, that's a close one.
It's an appeal for leg before. It was a very good shot from Tabitha Lafranci. Gaines the ball unmoved. We thought here in the commentary box that was a great shout.
It was a very good shout. It looked an excellent shout to me, and just looking at that again, it does look like maybe it was just going down leg side, but hard to see from here. That's
well played shot by Mignon van der Merwe. Fielding done. It seems to be nothing wrong with the arm of Kayakaza Mate. The way that she does that fielding.
Yeah, a little bit of magic water doing the boundary there always helps with it. So that's the end of the over. This partnership again just quietly moves on to 19, but they're knocking around nicely. Again, like James mentioned earlier, there's always a boundary in the first two balls of each over. It just sets them up, and they can come out over quite easily. The batting group.
Yeah, the batters didn't take their foot off the pedal. They scored 45 runs in the first 6 overs, which was the power play. And in the second 6 overs, they scored 38, which is also more than 6 to the over. So a very, very good batting performance from Free State, as that one is played by Potgieter to Asaki and Giovanni, and one more added to the total.
Yes, we haven't even seen, she's gone to 49, so just one away from a half century. Haven't seen yet Mignon van der Merwe pulling out all her shots, and she's down the wicket though again this time. That's straight down to Michelle May at the long off position.
Yeah, Potgieter one away here. Probably just going to come down the wicket, just knock her down and take an easy single, and we'll probably take it to 50.
Well bowled, Yolandi Simon.
He's looking to use the feet there, but dot ball there. Nicely fielded again from Simon. Again, very, very active around the wicket there when it's close to her. Move quite comfortably to a left and right.
Yeah, it was good fielding. She brought her length back as well when she saw her coming down the wicket. So altogether, good bowling from Simon.
Ooh, and that's a 50. A very well played half century by Yolandi Potgieter. She only faced 36 balls. Well played, Yolandi Potgieter.
Yeah, great knock there. It means a lot to her, as you can see. The teammates applause her for that great little innings here. But the team will obviously ask her to keep going as deep as she can here for the Free State ladies.
Yes, a well-deserved hak from Mignon van der Merwe. I must say, one of the better half centuries that I've seen here in a women's game at the recreation ground. Well done, Yolandi Potgieter.
She has compiled that very, very efficiently, it must be said.
Advances down the track. It is straight to Tabitha Lafranci, no runs added to the score. She didn't offer any chances. She hit 8 beautiful boundaries.
Yeah, they've been outstanding, and so all sides of the wicket she's been particularly...
Oh, that's a great paddle sweep. Fielding done by Julia Hall. And yeah, there was some connection there. No, there was a wide.
Wide. 2 wides there, with one for the wide and one for the run that they took. Yolandi Simon, that's her first wide that she's conceded.
Yeah, from where we sit, It seems there was contact, but the umpires got it right. Signal wide.
And Kayla Andrews ran very nicely from extra cover and just threw for the single, so ended up being an over which went for 7, and it seems like 7 is the operative number at the moment for the team from the Free State in terms of what they're getting per over. 89 for 2 now after 13, so 7 overs left, and if they go at 7 and over from here, which does seem that it is possible they're going to end on 140, and there'll be another 49 runs from where they are now, so 140 a definite possibility, and you sense that probably is on this wicket is probably a fair score. Could well be a defendable score, considering that yesterday 133 scored by the Badgers in 40 odd overs in the 50 over game. But this is a very different game. It's Tabitha Lachransi towards us now, and that's not badly bowled actually outside that off stump, but flighted a bit more than normal, but able to be played out to the sweeper on the cover boundary by Mignon Fanameva. She moves to 8 off 10, Pote to 51 off 38. She's on strike now, and she's been outstanding in this innings today. Slashes that one out into the covers. Excuse me, she's really been very impressive, Warren.
Yeah.
Shots all around the ground.
Yeah, Pote looks very comfortable, because I think that the Free State ladies here will look to more than 140 if they, because this partnership's well set here, and they're looking quite comfortably. This one scored to Van Mercy. Works it around to the leg side. They're pushing for 2. Yeah, it's very good running. Very good running by this pair here. I think this partnership's being it's on 30 already, so they're looking comfortable. Just reading the body language from the Badgers here, they not quite having an idea how to stop this flow of runs that's kind of happening.
No, they're really struggling at the moment to stop this 7 runs and over. That one will go straight to Janae Winster this time at deep backward square. So no thought this time of a second, but this over already runs off every single ball. 5 off the over so far, still 2 balls to go, no boundaries in the over as yet, and Yolandi Potgieter will probably want to put that right in the next 2 balls, should I say. Oh, the something's missed there. Oh my goodness.
Again, Potgieter looking to use her feet, and I think she just yorked herself there, but maybe also got in the way of the wicketkeeper there, and slightly fumbled, and she got herself back. But a chance, nevertheless, chance missed there by the Badgers, and again it was Potgieter the in batter.
It's not their weekend, Warren and James.
At the moment, no.
There's another wide bowl by Lachransi.
And that one, she just wasn't able to gather it. It was very full, wasn't it? The one on the offside, and had she been able to pick that up cleanly and just take the bail straight off, then Yolandi Potgieter would have been making her way back to the pavilion. But unfortunately, for Mika Derrida, not able to pick that one up cleanly.
Yeah, that's not the batter which you would like to give chances. It's a beautiful shot, taking advantage of the missed stump opportunity, and that's 4 runs. A beautiful shot out of extra cover.
Okay, that's a second shot just when she gives herself a bit of room, and like my co-commentator mentioned, that was a great cricket shot over extra cover. Potgieter looking to make the Badgers pay for that missed chance now in this over. So again, let's see where they can somehow just stop this flow of runs.
99 for the loss of 2, and the runs just keep coming. It looks certainly like a 150 is on the cards here.
Yeah, the Badgers desperately need to break this partnership if they want to get themselves back into this game.
Simon coming in for her last over now. Straight down to Winster at long on. She certainly got around the field today, has Janae Winster.
Yeah, Winster finding herself at long on now. So she's moving around, putting some extra steps on that watch.
And put down by Simon. Second chance given by Potgieter.
Hit firmly there by Potgieter. I don't think Simon was quite ready to collect it one. Maybe trying to get out the way, but
I would have imagined the celebration if he took that one.
yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I must say, a little bit disappointed in the way that Potgieter is going about her business now. She can stay there and she can bat through the innings, and she's taking unnecessary chances. But that one capitalised beautifully, a shot from that wicket for 4.
Yeah, I think
that's a great shot from Potgieter.
Great shot. I think the message is clear that Potgieter's just going to keep going and trying to take this bowling attack apart here of the Badgers. So Van der Merwe probably the one to knock it down, and Potgieter just to keep a foot on the gas pedal here.
10 boundaries out of the 60 that she scored so far, just 43 deliveries.
And that's another one in the gap and splitting the fielders into 4 runs added to Potgieter, and she's really putting her foot on the pedal now.
Yeah, Potgieter's well blood here. She knows that she needs to make this over a big over. You know, there's always 10 from over number 11, between 11 and 15. If there's an over that's 15 plus, that pushes your targets way up towards the back end of the innings.
I would like to see the highest score in a T20 match here, but I can assume that Free State is ready to break that record as Michaela Andrews does the fielding. And there is a serious problem there. I think did she injure herself? No,
yeah,
she
I
seems
think
to be
she's
fine.
alright. I think the ball just flipped up off the top of the square, perhaps giving her, came straight into it, and she got her body behind it, so just going to have a nasty bruise there, I think.
There will definitely be some blue marks there tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I was going to say that we sit behind a little glass window here, but we can hear the noise of the bat of Potgieter. Potgieter is timing it nicely.
It's a very nice sound.
Yeah.
Willow on leather.
Yeah, it's a lovely
Free State 109 for 2 after 15.
Another 10 off that over, so they're looking at going at 5 and over, 10 and over, say, from here. That's going to get them close to 160. And the wickets are the only way that the Badgers are going to be able to restrict this. And they're bringing on the strike bowler, Michaela Andrews, to try and see if she can't get this wicket of Yolandi Potgieter. She's been outstanding for her 65, 11 boundaries in that 65, and just surviving a miss-stumping and a drop catch in her 50s.
The first over from Simon was the cheapest over in the match thus far. She only conceded 2, but she went for 24 in the next 3 overs, conceding 26 in her allotted 4 overs, as they will pick up a couple.
That's great, Johnny again there, just putting some pressure on the boundary riders. Again, slightly straighter lines, which was clipped nicely. Potgieter moved on to 67 not out. As the current scores on Nelson for 2. It's 111. Let's see if Andrews can break through, but Potgieter looks like she wants to take this game on. Great shot.
That is a magnificent cricket shot.
Yeah, cut
from Potgieter.
Cut away there from Potgieter.
She moves to 71. She really takes advantage of the stumping chance as well as the caught and bowl chance.
Again, it's a trend. It's the second ball of the over, and it goes for a boundary. That's been a trend right through the whole of this bowling innings of the Badgers, and they can't just stop this boundary flow. Andrews to Potgieter again. Okay, that's nicely played. Also well bowled. Maybe slightly pace taken off there. Andrews looking for a strong comeback here for the Badgers.
Yeah, Potgieter, if you look at the T20 competition averages, she averaged 21 with a higher score of 37.
Sure.
She comfortably surpassed that, and also batting at a healthy strike rate of 91, and she's batting at more than 100 here, a strike rate of more than 100.
Yeah.
And she hit the 71 from only 49 deliveries. That is a very good strike rate from Yolandi Potgieter, and I must say she's looking in great form here today.
Thanks to the Badgers for a couple of chances, but Potgieter is definitely bouncing on that, and she's looking to take this innings very deep. and probably getting a higher score for herself. Like you said, she's getting a little bit fancy there, but
I think that will run away for 4. No, it will not. Fielding done.
We're just waiting for the signal if it was.
That's fine.
Right.
Yeah, always difficult, I think, for the wicket keeper when you've got a player looking that they're going to be ramping it. You know, if they do get a touch, you want to be there to take the catch.
Yeah.
If they don't get the touch, then you've got to adjust immediately. So it's very difficult. Your reaction time is virtually zero, and as a result of that, Mika Derrida has actually come standing a bit further back now to Michaela Andrews. It's bowled
That's it. Wicket for Andrews. Yolandi Pote to dismiss for 71. A well played 71.
Yeah, Andrews will love that to see the back end of Pote there, because she was just basically trying to take the game away from the Badgers right there. Great bowling change there, and it worked out for the Badgers that the Andrews strike, hoping to just put a hold onto this backing innings of the Knights. That was well on its way to make a very, very competitive total for the Badgers to chase later on.
A very good partnership between these two of 54 for the third wicket, and they put that on in double quick time just in 7 overs. So that going at nearly 8 and over was that partnership, and certainly have set the team up for a total which I think is going to be quite difficult for the Badgers to chase down. Will require something special from them, and we certainly have seen that during the course of the season in the 20 over tournament. Badgers have scored some really good totals. They have the highest total of the competition so far, 207 without loss, which was put together by Tasman Brits and Tabitha Lachransi in Bloemfontein against this very same Free State team earlier on in the season, as Zintle Kula, the captain of the Free State, comes out to join her partner Mignon Falamura, and Michaela Andrews towards us again from the southern end of the ground.
That one is a shout for LBW, but then one definitely missing leg stump.
So she's come back really well in this over. Has Michaela Andrews 6 that was scored off the over, or 7 with 8 with the 2 byes, but just 6 off her bowling, and she's now taken 2 wickets and for 13 runs off 3 overs.
Yeah, Andrews will be happy with her figures, reading 3 overs, 13 runs and 2 wickets. As the physios on the field, just giving Derrida some attention here.
Might have been
just maybe concussion.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I think that was from that paddle sweep.
Yeah.
That was, or paddle, sorry, the ramp shot that was tried. The paddle, so just hitting her on the helmet, but all fine.
Yeah, Ines Erasmus departing. Derrida seems to be fine. As I've mentioned earlier, one of the best physiotherapists in the area. He was also the physiotherapist for Namibia during the Rugby World Cup campaign in France.
So fantastic to have somebody with that experience as backup here, and with the physio for the team here. So Winster comes into the attack.
She was very expensive in her first 2 overs. She conceded 23. And there's a single taken.
So it is Winster to continue from the northern end of the ground, Mall end, and behind us we have the beautiful Swartberg Mountains. We're looking out towards the Outeniqua Mountains. It is a beautiful part of the country here. And the Klein Karoo, I believe that's how I must call it, not the Karoo as we English-speaking people would normally say. It's Kula trying a little bit of I don't know what that was. That was more like a ramp shot down to the leg side where there is nobody on the boundary. It doesn't really make any good contact. Well, it's a good bowling. Janae Winston, will she hit? No, she doesn't. If she had, Sentle Kula would have just had to carry on running back to the dugout. That really was a very, very risky single taken. The bowler fielded on her own bowling and just didn't manage to connect with the stumps. And that's played out into the deep. Mignon van der Merwe, that's gone all the way. That's a huge.
That is a massive hit by Mignon van der Merwe. That's a big hit.
And that is her first boundary of the innings, and it's a big maximum over deep mid wicket. Tabitha Lachransi just watching it go over her head. Last ball of the over coming up now from Janae Winster. That's down the ground. I think that's going to be out if Michelle May takes. She does.
Good catch taken by Michelle May. And that's a departure of Mignon van der Merwe.
So making inroads now of the Badgers team. That's the fourth wicket to fall for the Free State team. The dangerous Mignon van der Merwe caught at long off the bowling of Janae Winster off the last ball of her over. Over did go for 8, but she'll be happy that she's got that very key wicket after she was punished off the fourth ball of the over, but she had the last laugh.
Yeah, I must say the Badgers managed to restrict the Free State here a little bit in the last few overs, courtesy of a few wickets, Potgieter and van der Merwe. And at one stage it was clear that 150 was on the cards. They did well, still 3 overs to go, 125 for 4.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, it's just going to put a little stop to the flow of runs. I think credit must go to Andrews.
Absolutely.
For the energy she brought when she got back into the deck, and now she's in the last over trying to keep the Free State girls right back on the back foot. She bowls at one full outside off stump and just driven to the extra cover region. Dot ball, good starter to the over.
So
Evodia Yakile has joined her captain Kula, Zintle Kula, and 2 new batters at the crease. Can the Badgers somehow restrict Free State to less than 140?
Yeah.
Andrews running in full of energy, and it's a good delivery, very good delivery from Michaela Andrews.
Yeah, Michaela Andrews just staying at full length in a Yorker, not making sure that the batter can get to strike and kill. So good start to the over here. We saw the trend that the first 2 balls, one of the first 2 balls go for a boundary, and things are just changing around with the first 2 is dot balls. Pressure on to the batter here.
Ooh. Is that bias? Or was there an edge?
So I feel it towards us here.
Van Square?
Yeah.
So it's bias signaled. And according to her own high standards, I think Mika de Ridder will be disappointed with her performance. She conceded quite a lot of bias already today. As I say, very good with the gloves, but
yes.
Today she struggled.
Yeah, that's a bit uncomfortable up to the stumps here. I think she's opting to just stay back, just to play it safe. The bat is not really moving around much in the crease, so as she runs down the wicket, she hits it down there.
Asake and Giovanni?
Yeah, Giovanni hits it down there. Nicely fielded, and yeah, again, this 2 new batters just put the stop to the flow of runs here. Like you said, the bench will probably try and restrict them to just under 140 and see if they can come up with some decent partnerships to chase that.
yeah, anything around 140 you feel, as we said earlier, was really par, and that's
well fielded.
There's a run-out chance here, I can tell you that. Yeah, yes. There we go.
That's it, and that's what brilliant fielding can do. Is that Haroline Rhodes, isn't it?
Yeah, very good fielding from Haroline Rhodes. She's setting an example to the younger players in the team. That is brilliant fielding. Very good fielding.
Absolutely outstanding stuff. And that one looked like it was going past her. The batters felt that it was going past her. They set off for the run. Did the batter at the striker's end, and it is in fact Evodia Yakile who is the one who has to make way, and that was outstanding stuff. You didn't see it. She dived full length to her left hand side, stopped the ball with her left hand, stood up, picked the ball up, and managed to get that in because both batters were actually at the same end, ball watching and not actually keeping an eye on their partner, and just running through, and that means Evodia Yakile has to go back to the pavilion, and coming out now is Miane Smith. Yakile not getting off the mark in that innings from her.
Yeah, that golden rule, always be careful running to a misfield, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, there's 2 run-outs is basically extra bowler for the Badgers.
Absolutely.
Great fielding.
Yeah.
It helps them just to take control and maybe give them time to just think about how they're going to exit this bowling innings for themselves.
Free State has the comfort of Miane Smith batting at number 7.
Yeah.
She is a proper batter. Just underlines the depth of the Free State batting lineup. There was a shot from Andrews and missing leg.
Yeah, we up here tend to watch the hands of the umpire, and that hand was moving a little bit. So, but luckily for the batter, for Smith, it stayed down. Kula is on 2, Smith currently on 0 as the current score reached 28 for 5 after 18. There's 2 more overs left. This could be very interesting as again Winster keeps herself on trying to take the pace off the ball here.
So interestingly enough, since that wicket of Yolandi Pote has gone down, and then Mignon Fanameva over 16, 17 and 18, just 8 runs in the 2 overs since the dismissal of Yolandi Pote of 12 deliveries. So it's really been good work from the Badgers here, and continues to be so with Captain Janae Winster. It's amazing how wickets can just peg back that run rate.
Good fielding from Julia Hall. She did well to stop that ball, but she couldn't prevent a single. Fielding on the inner ring, very, very good fielder, Julia Hall.
Yeah, she looks like she can also move quite comfortably left to right. I'm not happy to throw a body around the field, which exactly the Badgers need right now.
I think in her mind she owes the batters a great knock with the bat today, and today is the opportunity to showcase her talent.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be ready to get a good knock in here as Winster to Smith, again to the mid-wicket area.
Fielded by Julia Hall.
Again back into the game. Maybe at the back end of the innings here, it's going to just help her to boost and get some energy when she gets a chance to knock off this total that the Knights are setting here for the Badgers. Some air given there, out to the mid-wicket area, deep mid-wicket, but well fielder there. I'm not sure the fielder is. Francie there.
She seems to be a bit at a different planet there.
She was a bit slow coming in off the boundary, I'm afraid. Yeah, could have perhaps taken that catch.
There was a catch on there, but nevertheless. And once again, misfield by Julia Hall. I was about to say this ball is following Julia Hall, but there was a sloppy misfield and 1 run added to the total.
I think the Badgers still will be active. There's no boundary in this over currently, so I think they will be happy to get out if it stays that way.
Playing across the line by Miane Smith, chased by Mieke de Ridder, and nice bit of fielding from the keeper, but not preventing 1 run added to the total. At one stage we were projecting a total of 150. We've got 1 more over left, the score 132 for 5, so the Badgers has done well to put it back a little bit, and I'm not saying that it is not a reachable target. It's definitely a very good target that Free State has set here, but at one stage, as I said, 150, 160 was on the cards when Potgieter and Van der Merwe was batting, and Tabitha Legrandsie, she will bowl the last over of the innings.
So Winster finishing her spell, 4 overs, 1 for 35. She really came back well after conceding 23 in her first 2 overs, only going for 12 in the next 2.
That's in the gap. And nice fielding from Chantal van Schoor. Not the strongest of arms, but it's 2 runs added to the total.
Yeah, the youngster being entrusted bowler last over here. It's also a really good platform for her to see and test the skills. There she goes full, but Smith knocking it down to long, and they're pushing for 2. Again,
there's a run-out opportunity.
What a throw! Great fielding there. I'm not sure who threw the ball.
Was it Julia Hall? Was it Michaela Andrews? I think it was Andrews.
Andrews doing exactly well there. Again, like we mentioned earlier, her energy when she got the ball, and now an excellent runner from the boundary there, direct hit.
Yeah, I was a bit worried about the position of the bowler Tabitha Legrandsie behind the wickets, because irrespective of the direct hit, there was also a run-out opportunity at the batting end, the wicket-keeper's end, but excellent fielding from Michaela Andrews, direct hit. That's a good 50-meter throw from Andrews, and that's a departure of Kula, the captain.
And how often do you see that the direct hit will get the run out? And even there, that she called for the runner, went off quickly, Kula. It was in fact Smith, as you said, Albertus, that looked like she was really going to be in trouble if that ball was fielded by the bowler and thrown to the wicket keeper's end. But she didn't need to do that, because the ball was a direct hit, and they are actually. Why they must have crossed eventually. They must have crossed as they have decided Miane Smith is going to be on strike.
Yeah, the third run out of the innings. So the Badgers has taken all the opportunities. Some brilliant fielding earlier to see by Rolling Rhodes, also initiated the run out. And Tabitha Legrandsie will bowl to Miane Smith, who's on 5 from 7 balls.
It's in the air, it's safe.
Oh, that's a beautiful cricket shot.
There's a really good, played that one forcibly to the left of the fielder at long on, and Michaela Andrews could do nothing about that, and she's once again practicing a military drill there on the covers, getting that one, retrieving that one, doing that leopard crawl again. Maybe Haroline did give her some tips there, because she certainly seemed to get to that one a bit quicker. You never know.
Yeah, leopard crawl, one of the nicest exercises in the military. And that's another straight hit. This time Andrews will cut it off. And there's another run-out opportunity, another misfield. And it's not a good day at office for Tabitha Legrandsie, as the batters scramble through for 2. And that is 141. I think Free State has done quite well to reach 140. And it will be a tall order for the home side to take that one over the line.
Yeah, great awareness for the batters is just putting pressure on the boundary riders. So last ball here. And she just straight back down the ground again. They're going to come back for 2. Definitely going to come back for 2. Run out chance again, yeah. But she must have again good awareness from the batters and good energy. But the Badgers will think that they pull it back nicely, but it's still a very competitive total here for them to chase in this T20 game.
Yeah, 143 for the loss of 6 at the end of the 20 overs. 7.15 runs to the over, and so it's going to be 144. 7.2 runs to the over that's going to be needed by the Badgers to win this game. They have the batters to be able to do that. Needs to get off to a good start, and we will be back in a couple of minutes as Alberta is going to run through the scorecard for you.
Yes, Free State won the toss, a very good 71 from Yolandi Potgieter from 51 balls. She had 12 boundaries, although she was dropped twice. A very good knock. Elandra Jansen van Rensburg was dismissed for naught. Isel Sillier made 16, Reddy 12, Mion van der Merwe 19, Zintle Kula 4, Ivoda Yekile was run out for naught, and Mia Naismith 13. So just a correction, Elandra Jansen van Rensburg was not out for naught. So that's the end of the innings. We will be back in 10 minutes when we will see if the Badgers can reach a record target of 144.
thing. No, something. I don't know what happened there. It looks like the ball's got something on it. Don't know where it. What it would have gone through. Just wiping the ball off. There, it seems like it's okay. Something red on the ball, which I can sort of see from here, but can't see the shape of the ball from here now. But well, let me put the extra zoom on and see. But nothing too much to report. So 1 without loss after 2 balls. That's
a beautiful shot from Lachransi. That's 4 run. No, it will not be 4.
No, it'll stop. Will it? No.
I think that's a 4. That
looked
is
like
a 4.
I don't think they're going to call it though. Not sure who's the London pot hitter here that's not looking in good shape after having tried to stop that ball. Umpire's asking what happened there. Did she stop it? She thinks she stopped it in front of the boundary. She asked if she's alright. It is only going to be given as 2.
But a well executed shot by Lachransi as the fielder moves to the boundary, the long on boundary.
Yeah, and immediately giving a change to the field.
It's another nice drive, this time straight to the fielder. Good captaincy. Yeah. Posted a fielder on the boundary and 1 run added for Lachransi.
Yeah, Lachransi looked like she's going to be an aggressor in this partnership. It was nice, good hard strokes down the ground there, very straight down in the V. So again, Van Rensburg trying to get through.
That should be wired.
Yeah.
Umpire Pretorius signals wide.
So
both umpires acquainted themselves very well with their task over the past weekend. I don't think there were any decisions which we can question. Both Sabolo and Pretorius. Well played by Nyovane. That will be a single.
It's a good
well directed delivery.
Yeah,
she did well to get that away from the stumps and get a single as the score moves up to 5. 1 more ball left in the over. Pardon, the score moved to 6.
Yes, they will certainly be happy. See what the young Tabitha Lachransi can do with this particular delivery.
And that will also be wired.
Maybe, she's lucky to get away with a no ball there, and did get something on it. I think
she got something on it, and thanks for that. Couldn't pick it up. End of the over, 6 from the first over. The Badgers will be satisfied.
Yeah, certainly 6 runs. They needing to score at just under 7.5 to the over, and you'd sense that they'd be happy in this power play to be batting at somewhere around maybe 40 in the power play, and they're not going to be wanting to lose wickets. Tabitha Lachransi will certainly, I think you're right, Warren, she's going to be the aggressor. Yeah. Certainly what I've seen from her so far, even in the partnerships that she has with Tasman Brits, that she comes out and really goes for her shots from ball 1. It's a good tactic. She has got plenty of ability, and certainly her mindset in this 20 over game is very attacking, and that's something that you need up front to get through the power play.
Priti Molefe, it's a very good first ball, played forward defensive by Asake and Nyovane.
Yeah, Lachransi is very, very positive cricketer, and it's very, very good to see at this very young age that she can come out and almost play with no fear factor. You can see the way she runs and bowl. It's very nice to see that the young players come and really express themselves by playing positive cricket.
That is exactly what you want, and that's very positive from Unyavani, and they're going to turn for 2 here.
Comfortably home for 2.
Leg, and that's good stuff from Asoka Unyavani.
Yeah, it's her second season here with the Badgers. She showed lots of promise. She was also selected for the South African emerging team for a tour to Zimbabwe. Definitely a great prospect. And today is her opportunity to stamp her authority with a match-winning innings.
Yeah, she's moving up the order, as we could see. Oh, she's trying to run it on down, but yesterday it was Lagrange and May that was up the order, and now Navani finding herself trying to make a big play in the power play for the Badgers.
Yeah, the experienced Michelle May set to come in at 3 today, and I think it's been indicated that these two have got to go out there and express themselves and play their natural game.
Straight to Mianay Smith, no addition to the score.
So field 4, Pretty Molefe, there's a deep third, there's a backward point, cover, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, square leg, and a fielder down here at fine leg, and there's a very blonde-haired Annika Swart who's making the youngster who's coming to the team today in place of Giselle Janssen van Rensburg, who's standing next to the umpire, Ranger Pretorius at square leg, part of the under-19 team that played for Free State in the under-19 week at the end of last year in Cape Town. Acquitted themselves exceptionally well, getting to the top 4 position in that particular tournament.
Another very good delivery from Pretty Molefe, ending the over, just 2 runs from the over, 8 without loss.
So that one, yeah, very good over from Molefe there, and it's going to be Lachransi on strike. These two, if they manage to get anywhere near the combined total of their back numbers on the back of their jerseys, then I think the Badgers will be very happy with that. 99 on the back of Nyuvani and a 108 on the back of Tabitha Lachransi. Need to ask her at some stage why the 108 is on her back. Must be some story behind it, as she gets ready to face up to Alandri Janssen van Rensburg.
Oh, that's a nicely flicked shot. That's a beautiful shot from Lachransi. That's 4 runs.
Yeah, nicely worked off the legs there. Van Gransi off to a great start in the third over here for the Badgers.
That takes it to 7 off 4 deliveries, and as you said, she is going to be the aggressor. That was there for her to hit, and she hit it beautifully.
Yeah, Van Rensburg probably slightly disappointed there at just staying in the legs, and that's runs to any top order batter. If you stay in the legs there, it's a free basically. Ooh.
Oh, she hit that well.
She cleaned that one out, yeah.
Couldn't pierce the fielders. Problem yesterday with the most of the Badgers batters, but well hit by Lachransi.
And that did make a beautiful sound off the bat that we could hear through the glass here, as Ron was explaining early on, with Yolandi Pote batting.
Over the top, and that will most probably not run away for 4. It's been cut off.
Great work by Mignon van der Merwe in the deep there, and they come back for 2.
Yeah. Great determination by the experienced Mignon van der Merwe.
And the Gransi is throwing everything at any ball that's some width given to her. So I like the way she's taking Van Rensburg on here in this power play. Ooh.
Just couldn't find
lucky
the gap.
Yeah, she's just not getting the gap there. Full toss, and I think if that had gone more than 2 meters either side of Yolandi Pote, that would have gone down to the boundary. He certainly has a full go at everything.
That will be a single.
They might come back for 2.
They'll come back. Asaka Nyuvani, a very good runner between the wickets. She's home. Courtesy of a nice dive.
Yeah, probably slightly unnecessary for the dive, but
she makes sure she's home.
She did make sure she was home. And,
that gives us an indication that she still wants to bat for a long period.
Yeah, that's right, definitely.
Must say, very impressed with Lachransi. Taking advantage of the fielding restrictions due to the power play, and that one is hit
Nice.
And
She did well to get her body behind. That is Evodia Akile, throwing herself towards the left.
Yeah, it was exceptionally well fielded. Certainly would have been a boundary had she not cut that one off, but a much better over that for the Badgers. 8 off it, and after 3 it's 16 without loss, just by comparison to the team from the Free State. 20 for 1 it was after 3 overs, so still up there with where the run rate was, and it may be a change of bowling here from the... No, I don't think it is. It's still pretty Molefe, I think, who's going to be coming in from that end. In fact, it is Molefe.
Yeah.
So Molefe will be coming in once again from the southern end of the ground, the Outeniqua end.
And that's wide.
Oh, it is down the leg side, and Veronica already misses that one, and that may go all the way down to the boundary, and it's wided and signalled 4 wide, so 5 runs to the total, and that is not what Free State would have wanted. It's exactly what the Badgers would have wanted. They're happy to take any runs wherever they can get them.
Yeah, technically the over didn't even start in some runs of it, so happy for the Badgers here. Let's see if they can capitalize on this over.
It's a beautiful shot from Giovanni, well fielded, and 1 run added to the score. Whilst we wait for the next delivery to be bowled, just spare a thought for our very own Tasman Brit from the Badgers and also from South Africa. She was ruled out of yesterday's ODI against Sri Lanka in Kimberley. She will undergo surgery on Wednesday, so please keep her in our thoughts. Tasman Brits scored a fantastic century last week against Sri Lanka in East London.
Her second one-day international century of the season, Tasman Brits, after the one that she scored against Bangladesh earlier in the season, as just playing and missing outside the off stump. First time I think that Tawita Lakranzi's facing up to Pretty Molefe. But Tasman Brit's been in outstanding form this season, both on the domestic circuit and in internationals. Let's say her first one-day international century earlier on, she backed that up with a second one, and she really is been now cementing her place in the South African batting lineup. Slightly wide from Molefe, but Lakranzi not able to take full toll of that one.
Yeah, the Lakranzi just hitting the fielders a couple of times. I guess the difference here between the two teams is even the way Pote batted earlier. Just piercing the gap all the time and making sure the ball goes through. So maybe that's something to work on during the off season, just finding to hit the ball slightly later and piercing gaps. It's going to be much fruitful for the team than to hit the fielders. Is Lakranzi.
Oh, that's well hit. She will get a single. Just couldn't get it outside the reach of the fielders, but she will take the single. I'm very impressed with her aggressive way in which she goes around her business with the bat today. The score is on 23, and Molefe has got 2 more balls to go.
So 7 off the over so far, and they'll be happy with that, keeping up very closely with the rate. That's well played.
Straight to the fielder.
Yeah, straight to the fielder yet again on the boundary, and that one was there to be hit, and she did hit it beautifully, but it went straight to the fielder here down in front of us. I think that's Nsane, is it? Yeah, it is indeed, at fine leg. To be Lakranzi once again, so 8 off the over so far, and they'll be happy with that, courtesy of those 5 wides mostly at the beginning of the over.
Over the top. That's a beautiful cricket shot from Lakranzi. That's 4. It's going to be run away. No, it's cut off.
There. But they'll take 3. Is it 4? It is 4. Signalled 4. and a great shot by Tabitha Lachransi, just opening her shoulders once again, playing it over the inner ring, and she's very effective when she plays like this. Good attempt to try and stop that, but not able to actually get that ball back, and that's an expensive over, going for 12, and take that any day, will the Badgers. 28 now without loss after 4 overs, so batting at 7 and over, which is exactly the kind of rate they're going to need to be at. And just looking at comparative scores after 4 overs, it was the Free State who were 30 for the loss of 1.
Yeah, great sportsmanship by Mignon van der Merwe, indicating a 4 there. For us it seems that she cut it off, and she indicated that it was indeed a 4, so great sportsmanship. Let's compliment that. As we will see Evodia Yakili, the off spinner.
This is going to be very interesting to see how Asoka and Yovani approaches this. Still 2 overs left in the power play. Is she going to take her on?
Oh, that's a good shout. Yeah,
and
she's given out. That's given out. Playing across the line. Umpire Pretorius, I think she's got it right there.
Yeah, that one definitely looking like it was very adjacent to the leg stump, and she has to go. So first delivery from Evodia Yakila, and she gets the wicket of Asaka and Yovani. It's going to be Michelle May coming in now to replace the young Golden Route Badgers batter, and Yovani has to go. 6 she scored off 12 deliveries. No boundaries in that innings of hers, and it is Yakila who gets the first breakthrough for the Free State, and that is now 28 for the loss of 1, and the first ball of the 5th over, so 4.1 overs, and Yovani has to go.
Yeah, often do we see as soon as spin comes on, the wicket, or they somehow create the opportunity to break through. Spin bowling in T20 game nowadays is an attacking option, and it keeps working for even in the women's game as well. As soon as you take the pace off the ball, I mean the batting style and find it hard, and that's a total opposite to the way Free State played against the way their batters use their feet against spin. The Badgers hopefully they got a match up to facing spin right there. As a field is only a deep mid wicket in the 5th over here, no square leg. Again, she probably want May to go square wicket, but May skillful enough just to pat it back there to the cover regions.
There is a field we can't see, I think that's at long on here. And Gibraltar. Oh my goodness, that one took a long time to get to her. She was through the shot before the ball had even got to her, and it takes out the middle and off stump, and that is Michelle May, only having faced 2 deliveries, and she has to make her way back to the pavilion, and that is disappointing for the number 3 from the Garden Route Badgers, as I think it is going to be Michaela Andrews who's coming out to the crease at number 4. Bit of a change here to bring the aggressive Andrews out, and I think that's a good call on the part of the captain. Still got batting left in the order, and
Michelle May will be very disappointed with that shot, the way that she executed it. She's dismissed for naught, only facing 2 deliveries, and the 2nd wicket for Evodia Yakile.
Yeah, 2 balls earlier looked like the Badgers are setting up this power play nicely, and look what 2 wickets can do. It sits them right back in the back of the bus now to somehow come out counting of this power play.
Yeah, one sense and feel that this partnership will be crucial for the Badgers. They under pressure at 28 for 2 in the 5th over. 1 more over in the power play. Yakile to Andrews, nice straight back shot, and fielded by Mignon van der Merwe.
That's exactly what you're wanting to do. Just make sure that you're playing straight down the ground, and she does slightly across the line here, but the slightly oblique bat goes straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. That's Isel Cillier. And trying to guide that one, and that is a double wicket maiden for Evodia Yakila, her first over of the innings in this T20. So she takes 2 wickets for no runs, and that really has set the Badgers back, both from a run rate point of view, but more particularly 2 wickets in the over.
Yes, a maiden over in a power play with 2 wickets is gold for Free State. Well bowled Evodia Yakile, but I must admit the shot that Michelle May went out was a poor cricket shot.
Yeah, she hadn't given herself a chance to read or understand the wicket at all, and just played across the line way too early. Evodia Yakila not bowling quickly, and that's the thing, but certainly accurately with an LBW and a bowled wicket in that over. And going to be the captain now, Zintle Kula, who bowled quite impressively yesterday, it must be said.
She did, yeah.
And she's going to be bowling over the wicket, her right arm medium paces to Tabitha Lachranzi, last over the power play. Lachranzi now probably in 2 minds what she should be doing. She wants to hit out, but she knows with the 2 wickets down, it's going to be more difficult for her.
That's a very good cricket shot by Tabitha Lachranzi. Must probably not reach the boundary. And it does. It does.
Yeah, great shot there, Lachranzi. Like your co-commentator mentioned, it's probably interesting over for her if she wants to play aggressively, but being mindful of the 2 wickets she lost. But again, she got the over off to a nice start with a nice, good conventional cricket shot.
Yeah, that cricket shot definitely deserves a boundary.
And she does have all the shots. She can play the ball over the leg side.
Very, very impressive today. Yeah. She was on the expensive side with the ball in hand, but she's definitely making up here with a very good innings thus far.
Yeah, the luxury of being a natural and a genuine all-rounder. You're always in the game and trying to contribute to your team. I guess that's her mindset right now. She's standing in 20 not out. As Kula runs in.
Forward defensive to the offside. As Ilandra Janssen van Rensburg did the fielding, or does the fielding, no run added to the score.
I like the way she's a tall young lady. She stands up very nicely in the crease. She's got the ability to play the ball aggressively into the leg side, can play across the line well, but she also plays straight very nicely. And plays nicely off the front foot and off the back foot. And that's really a hallmark of a good player, to be able to pick the length early and be able to play that off both the front or the back foot, and certainly see her being able to play women's professional cricket, hopefully for her sake, for many years to come.
Yeah, she's still very young, 19 years of age. That's a well executed shot, and that will not go for 4. There's protection out on the boundary, at the mid-wicket boundary, but Lachranzi will get 2.
Yeah, Lachranzi good in a short one there again. Now, like you mentioned, James, very good signs of a batter that pick up length quickly.
Yeah.
Looks like she's got time. Very good bright prospects here for the Badgers. Up the order, Lachranzi to face the second last ball of Kula's over here.
Towards us now from the southern end of the ground. Just tucked to mid-wicket, and there will be no run. That's to Cillier there, mid-wicket Cillier, who came out all guns blazing earlier on today, and then did lose her wicket, first wicket fall for the Free State, and it was her opening batting partner Yolandi Potgieter with 71, who was absolutely outstanding for the Free State today. 51 balls for that 71, and that's
beautiful shot from Lachranzi.
Again, Lachranzi picking it up, just slightly working off the legs, but a well executed shot for another boundary. Lachranzi moves to 26 as the current score standard, 38 for 2 after the end of the power play. Just comparisons again here. The Free State girls was 44 for 1 after 6, and like I said now, that's the 38 for 2 for the Badgers after 6 overs. So again, we're up there, but maybe just disappointed we lost 2 quick wickets straight after each other in that previous over. As Jan Keele is going to try and keep the pressure on the badges.
Yeah, it will be an interesting contest between Evodia Yakile and Michaela Andrews. Michaela Andrews promoted to bat at number 4 in the order. She is a very good T20 batter. As Yakile to Andrews, and
A lot of flight given.
Yakile, that's her trademark.
Yeah.
Gives a lot of flight as a spin bowler.
Always, and
No pace on the ball to work with.
absolutely no pace at all. You can see that again there, that one just on a length, and you've either got to decide to come down the wicket, be a bit more aggressive, or you're always taking a bit of a lottery if you're trying to play from the crease or play back to that.
That's 9 dot balls in a row by Evodia Yakile.
Yeah, that's exactly what the opposite that the Free State batters did. You know, nowadays if the balls are slightly above eye level, you can comfortably come down and wicket, and that's something the badges needs to work. Yeah, that's
And
nice
that's
play.
Andrews off the mark.
Yeah, just finding ways to maneuver your feet in the crease, and like I said, if it's slightly above eye level, you should be comfortable to come down and we can just knock it down. So I think that's the difference between the 2 teams right now. It's just the ability to knock it around after the boundary.
This should be a very interesting contest now. Don't think Tabitha Lachransi is going to hold back. It has Evodia Yakila got something in store for her. And plays that one
short.
into the deep, short of Miane Smith at deep mid-wicket, just was gazing out there with apprehensively for Tabitha Lachransi, but she didn't quite get all of it, and probably lucky that she didn't, but she certainly isn't going to be holding back. That answers my question.
Oh,
That's an interesting shot from Michaela.
very
Andrews.
risky shot.
It was a very risky shot.
But another good over from Evodia Yakile, only conceded 2 runs, and she bowled 2 overs now. She bagged 2 wickets for 2 runs.
So all the 2s for her at the moment, and the total's gone to 40 for the loss of 2 after 7. So batting at just shy of 6 runs to the over, and they're going to need to keep the run rate going, and you sense it will be this young Tabitha Lachransi who's going to be facing up to an equally young Miane Smith, I think it is.
It's Miane Smith, it's correct.
So these 2 will know each other from playing at under 19 and junior level for many years together, not together but against each other, and will be interesting to see how Tabitha Lachransi is going to deal with Miane Smith, the off spinner. He's going to be bowling the off spin away from the left-hander, and they can now spread the field a lot wider, obviously with us being in the second power play, 1 over into the second power play. This is going to be an interesting contest.
I like the field placing that Smith has hit for herself, but this one is hit nicely in the gap. Great effort from Pretty Molefe, but it's 1 run added to the total.
Going to be signing for Kaiser Chiefs soon with that type of footwork there out in the deep, just slide tackling the ball to make sure she stopped it.
Yeah, the defending coach will be happy with that type of tackle.
Definitely, just make sure she keeps the studs down, otherwise it might be a red card, so be careful with that.
I'm not sure the fielding coach will agree with that technique.
No, we've seen that. I've seen that a couple of times. More recently, Leah Jones of Western Province was employing that as well last weekend. Not last weekend, she wasn't playing. Previous match for Western Province.
Miane Smith to Michaela Andrews into the gap, but there's protection out there, as I said right in the beginning of the over. A very good field placing set by the young Miane Smith.
Yeah, the Free State captain knows the badge will probably need boundaries to get on top of this game, so they're happy to give him the one, and making sure the bowlers execute their skills to hit the sweepers, that the batter hit the sweepers. As Smith is to Lachransi now. Ooh.
Good delivery from Smith.
Yeah, she's tending to hit the ball over long mid off there. As mid off is up in the circle. Great little battle. It doesn't look like Lachranzi's going to hold back. She's going to continue trying to take this run rate up.
Yes, she'll have to. The required run rate is 8.2 to the over, and that is a wide. And unlike yesterday, the glove work from Reddy is not the same as it was a wide, but it was still a ball that was, in my view, easy to stop.
Yeah, you can see her frustrations there. She just check herself and make sure she gets the basic things right, because it's unnecessary for the ball to get past her if she's up to the stumps like that.
Well bowled, very well bowled delivery from Mia Naismith.
Yeah, Smith tucking up the crunch here. I think she's well aware of the crunch. She's driving off the width, so she's going, especially with deep square out, deep square leg, she's going to come into the pads and let the crunchy go for the one run. But she offers width again and offside, and the crunchy off the back foot cuts it to the sweeper boundary on the offside.
It's Annika Swart, I think it is, out there, the new lady. She has, I don't know what number she's got on her back, but number 10 on her back, Annika Swart.
Yes. Smith to Andrews. Andrews stacks it
good.
Just by behind square here. That should be easy too, but Andrews opting. So there's a slight limp there from Andrews, maybe just getting a niggle as well, because that should be easy too. At the end of the over, their current score reading 47 for 2 after 8.
Yeah, it's not good news for the Badgers that Andrews is limping and didn't take the single there.
No, they need her to be able to take these singles. Singles are always very, very important. That one was obviously the second run of a 2 that they could have taken, and it's not surprising that Evodia Yakila though is going to be continuing from the northern end of the ground, and that's one outside the off stump, nicely played down to long off for a single by Andrews.
Once again, very good field placing also for Evodia Yakila. As you correctly said, Free State are well aware that the Badgers need boundaries, and the protection on the boundary is very good. Come down the track.
Oh, that's nice. Nice use of the feet there from the crunch. He knocks it straight back, but only the single. As Andrew struts to the keeper's end there again. Free State happy.
30 of 25 for Tabitha Lachranzi. She's playing the Yolandi Potgieter role at the moment for the Badgers. Potgieter 71 of 51 for Free State earlier on in the match. And this is so far Badgers keeping up with the rate, and that's very well played.
Into the gap, and that's not very good fielding from Free State, and that allows Andrews to get a valuable boundary.
Yeah, well needed boundary here, a boundary that the Badgers will be very happy with. As we see that it's important for them to keep picking up boundaries at this stage of the game.
They're going to come back for 2. She's going to have to be quick here. And she gets there, does Tabitha Lachranzi, and she was almost sold down the river there by her partner. They didn't take the first one as quickly as they perhaps should have, and she turned, not necessarily blind, but Andrews was always thinking there was 2. Lachranzi, who's been a bit probably confused that she didn't come back for 2 earlier. And that's beautifully played down the ground. Is that going to go for 4? Has it been cut off? I think it's been very well fielded in front of us by the captain, Kula, and they just take the single there, but that was a much better over for the Badgers. It was a 9 off that over from Evodia Yakila, and that was her most expensive over so far. So 2 for 9 she is now after 3 overs. Still an outstanding return for the young lady from the Free State.
So Mia Naismith will bowl a second over to Andrews. Andrew's placing of the ball need to be spot on as the boundary riders, mid wicket, long on, long off, and at cover point.
That is well played to the right of the extra cover down to the long off boundary.
Also trying to hit the ball over the top here. Yeah, there we go.
That's beautifully played.
Nicely played, but out to the deep square leg boundary only for the single. You feel that the Badgers is going to want to just slightly push the boundary riders since the boundary is coming very slowly, but you can pick up nice and 2s and 3s if you're running, but we're well aware of Andrews just struggling with a slight little lump there, maybe a knee or something.
Yeah, at a required run rate of 8.2 to the over, you will need to hit some boundaries. And this one is well hit by Andrews. She's limping through, and only a single.
Yeah, so as you're saying, Warren, with the running between the wickets, not necessarily going to be able to convert those 1s into 2s. It is important then they're going to have to score at least a boundary and over.
Yeah.
And that
is the boundary in the over.
It is going to be the boundary in the over.
Well played, Tabitha Lagranzi. A very good innings from Lagranzi thus far. She's on 35 from 27 deliveries.
It's her 5th boundary as well, so she's been making sure that she's playing them, and she's been playing those boundaries all around the ground. I think she's not only is she looking to play it leg side, she'll also be eyeing that mid-off region where the fielder is up in the circle.
Yeah, Lagranzi just using her feet down the ground. That boundary also brought the sun back out here.
Yeah, yes, indeed. It's beautiful.
It's quite cool outside. And end of the over, Mianay Smith. She conceded 15 runs in her 2 overs. She's quite expensive by her own standards.
So another 8 off that over takes the Badgers to 64 for 2 after 10, and just by comparison, after 10 it was Free State 68 for 2. So
yeah, not a big difference.
Not much of a difference, no. And this is when Phil Lagranzi at the moment here holding the key as she's facing Yakile.
Yakile bowling the last over. She only conceded 11 runs and she picked up 2 wickets. That very first over of her, where she picked up the 2 wickets, was also made an over. Gives it lots of flight, and that will only be 1.
Yeah, Lagranzi knocking it straight down to long on. Lagranzi looks like she's a senior campaigner here. The way she's
absolutely, very, very impressed. She's not looked like a player that's just turned 20. Andrews hammers it to long on, and it's only 1 run.
Yeah, Andrews' backlift is getting higher and higher.
Yeah.
She notices that the singles and 2s are not coming easy, so she needs to clear the boundary.
Unfortunately there, that one just perhaps backing away too much to the leg side. Lagranzi not able to get it through past Mianay Smith at extra cover. That's very nicely played, but straight down to the fielder at long on, to the left-hander.
Yeah, very good captaincy by Free State in terms of their field placing. They suffocate the Badgers batters. Andrews, will only be 1 for her. Free State won't mind the singles.
No, they won't, will they? And they've got away with this over, just going for 4, and 68 for 2 now after 11. And these two have been together now since the 5th over, now into the 11th over. In fact, it's been there since 4.3 overs. So they have already put on 40 for this, the 3rd wicket.
Yeah, a very good spell by Ibodia Yakile. She bowled a complement of 4 overs. She only conceded 15 runs and she bagged 2 wickets. Into the gap, but there's protection out there, and with Andrews limping, it will only be a single. She will need to start hitting boundaries.
Yeah, you feel that, you think that the Badgers is going to want to score a boundary of the first 2 balls of each over here to just give him some momentum and look like Tabitha should be the one to try and implement that for the Badgers.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Misfield. She hit that very firmly, and misfield by Free State, and a single to Tabitha Lagranzi, taking a total to 39.
We sense that Andrews is definitely going to look for the boundary here.
Yeah, and just opening up this leg side short, and that's again hammered down to the fielder in the deep. I think that's Landry Janssen van Rensburg at long on, and she comes down to mid-off for Tabitha Lagranzi. And Sane being moved around to short third.
Well bowled, Miana Smith.
Yeah, Smith's aware of the field and the outcome she wants here. She can't give her anything to get underneath because mid-off is still up in the ring there, so she's going to slightly back over length into the hip like that one, and there's a dot ball there.
2 consecutive dot balls by Miana Smith. The pressure is start mounting, and the run rate is also reaching 9 to the over.
So
very simple game plan that Free State implement here.
Yeah, and it's been
effective.
Yeah, very effective so far. Snap there on that one. That
short, couldn't capitalize on that. That ball was actually written a boundary for all over it.
Wasn't it?
She missed an opportunity. Only 3 runs from the third over from Miana Smith after she conceded 15 in her first 2. The figures looks much better now. 3 overs, none for 18, and we will have a bowling change from the northern end of the ground. Badgers 71 for 2 after 12, and the run rate required is now 9.1 to the over, and one sense that they will need to hit boundaries.
Yeah, you feel like this is the over that is just going to change momentum. It's the first time that Pote hitters in the attack. Andrews has faced some balls. He's on 17, so you feel that the game is at the balance here where the Badgers needs to make a play while there's a new bowler in the attack.
Pote hitter to Andrews. Oh, well bowled.
Bowled.
Yeah, she's just taking the pace off that, isn't she? She's not really any pace at all on the delivery, and medium pace, so she can adjust to her pace, maybe a couple of cutters that she's going to be bowling. It's played straight to the fielder at backward square. That's Molefe.
Another dot ball.
Yeah, you can sense and you can look at the body language of the Badgers batters here.
Yeah.
They're looking around, trying to find its way through the in-ring to start off.
Oh my goodness, a mis-stumping there from Bernice already. As Andrews comes down the wicket, doing exactly what Warren said would happen. Pressure is building.
Yeah, if the fielders need to be alerter, there might be a chance coming in out the boundary. So as Andrews is again, yeah, she just chipped it over.
Protection over there, but it will only be a single once again.
Yeah, at the moment there's a lot of effort just for singles. As the current score reaches 72 for 2 after 12.4. There's still 2 more balls left in this over. Can Lagranzi make sure momentum turns into the Badgers' way in this chase right here at the recreational ground in Oudtshoorn?
Yeah, and as the pressure mounts, the possibility of a wicket becomes even higher. Want to try and manufacture something here. Oh, misses out there, definitely.
Yeah.
We keep doing that, Albert. Saying exactly the same thing. Exactly the same.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Commentators think the same.
You're watching the same game, I guess.
I think so.
Once again, protection out there. And misfield. But with Andrews, it will only be a single. And it brought an end to the over. So you can always make a comparison. The current Duckworth Lewis pass score is 92.
Yeah.
So the Badgers start slipping behind. They're now 19 runs behind the Duckworth Lewis. Not that it will come into play today, but it's always a good indication where the game is moving towards.
Yeah, I think the conversation needs to be held there between the batters is who's gonna really take it on now, because we're still 2 down.
Yeah.
So as Lagrange stands in 40, I think Andrew should be the one that takes the extra risk here, and Lagrange trying to just hinder and guide this innings towards the back end. As Lagrange face up to Smith again.
Very good bowling from Smith once again.
Smith is all over Lagrange here at the moment. As her figures reads 3.1. No maidens, 18 runs only, but it's good pressure being built here.
It's very good pressure, and perhaps something we'll just chat about this that after this ball.
That'll be a single. Free State won't mind the single, as the fielding is done at long on. One added to the score, and Andrews, the back of her mind, she'll be quite aware that a boundary now is non-negotiable.
One thing is it's well played, but it's fielded by the captain at extra cover. So I think, Tabitha Lagrange perhaps not yet having in her armoury the fact that she can use her feet to the spinner. Just will develop that, I'm sure, as she goes along, which is Andrews has no problem with that.
Once again, good field placing, protection out there. As the throw comes in, one added to the score for Andrews.
And you just sense these next 2 overs, Warren, you were talking about it, there does need to be a big over. They need to get a 15 or a 20 over somewhere here.
Yeah.
Otherwise they're not going to be able to make up that gap, and that's very wide from Miane Smith. Signalled as such, and that gives them a chance to still have 2 balls left in the over. What can Tabitha Lagrange do? What will Miane Smith dish up for her here? And
Lots of oohs and ahs in the commentary box, but one sense that the momentum and the outcome of this match is slightly moving quickly towards the Free State.
Yeah. It's nicely played, but it's only going to be the single down to Mignon Fenomeva at deep backward square. And so Lagrange keeps the strike, but it's a very good over in the end of what ended up being a very good spell here by Miane Smith, just going for 4 in that over, her last one, and she finishes her bowling effort 4 overs, no maidens, 0 for 22, just going at 5.5 runs to the over, and her colleagues or teammates will be very, very happy with that effort. Her captain will be most happy with that she's managed to keep it low after conceding 15 in her first 2 overs. So
Pot hitter to Lagrange. There's a lot of wood. Oh!
Is it firmly?
That was hit like a train. Unfortunately, Janssen van Rensburg couldn't hold on to that as they go through for a single.
There was more cover taken there than anything else. But she, Lagrange did time it very nicely, to be honest.
she did hit it exceptionally hard, and she does have that ability to do that. She's in the 40s now, 43. That's also hit very nicely by Michaela Andrews, but there are no gaps to be found here at the moment, even though they are getting singles. They need the boundaries to come.
So very unlike Andrews' innings, irrespective of the injury that she's carrying, she normally hits boundaries. And I can't recall that she hit a boundary today.
She's got one, just the one.
Thanks
now.
for that, James. She's out to the deep, and one more to the total of the badges, and one more to Lagrange, moving her to 44.
Yeah, current run rate now at 11.6. I mean, it's pretty clear that what needs to happen here from Andrews is she's on 20.
Pote Pot hitter to Andrews, and once again straight to the fielder. Fielding is done, a single added to the score, and Free State, they will be very happy with this. Their game plan, as I've said earlier, is very simple, but it works for them.
Yeah, ones is not gonna help the Badgers here, as Lagrange is trying out his best to get a boundary off. Well, bowl Pot hitter again. All the bowling changes, whatever the captain's made, it's planning to work out nicely for Free State here. As the Badgers is finding it very difficult to score any boundaries in this middle period.
Yes, they've got the runs on the board, but I must also say their captaincy, their field placing and their bowling is a very good collective effort.
So just the 4 of that over again, 81 for 2 after 15, and as you said, they are really behind now, 28 runs behind where Free State were, 109 for 2, they were at the same point in the innings after 15. So it's a huge task now if they are going to come anywhere near getting to this target for the Badgers, and not for lack of trying. They've just been very well executed from Free State, exceptionally well executed, it must be said. We've can't really compliment them enough in terms of bowling changes, and it's going to be another bowling change now. Is this coming in? Maybe Molefe again, is it? That's a huge hit.
Nicely.
That's a huge.
That's a big one. That's exactly what Andrews wanted to do previous overs, but she got to execute. She's got something to go underneath that ball, and absolutely great shot down the ground.
It's Mampentane, not a great way to start a bowling spell, and that is Andrews. Is she getting a light now?
Is this the 20 plus? That's a need.
That was a proper hit boundary by Michaela Andrews.
One of them had to start going for it.
Sure.
Only one. Do you want mine? She got a boundary 6 from the first ball of the over.
That's right. So now, Lachranzi, what can she do now? And Sane, 7th bowler that the captain Kula has used. She's not brought herself back on after conceding 10 in her first over, Sintle Kula. But she's brought on Mompe and Sane, and she's gone for a 6 and a single.
Oh, well bowled.
Very well bowled.
Taking the pace of the ball right in the block hole.
You just sense that it's the tactic that Tabita Lachranzi has employed of staying in a crease, and she goes, it might be a warning coming here.
No,
is it? No?
I did ready on the visor.
Again on the visor, okay.
So
another concussion check, sorry.
Just compulsory things happening here. If someone gets hit on the head, there will be a concussion test being done.
So the physiotherapist is making her way onto the field.
Yeah, and just a bit of a break here gives the chance for the 12th woman of the Garden Badgers to come on. That's Faith de Jonk, who's come onto the field there, just having a chat with the batters, and the message will be no doubt. So we just have to go for it now.
Yeah, pretty
We've got to
clear.
get 12 runs and over.
Yeah, message will be clear here for those batters. Got to try and get those boundaries early in the over here. Lagrange also one hit away here from a half century, so.
And that would be her second, I think, of the season so far in the T20 competition. She has really been in very good form in the T20 competition this season, and she has that license to go out and play her shots. And certainly today, between herself and Michaela Andrews, these two having now put on 53 for the, sorry, it's more than that now, I do apologise, it's 60 now for the third wicket. Have put together a partnership that has got the Badgers to a point where perhaps they are within distance of the total, but it's going to require something exceptionally special for them to get over the line here.
The wicketkeeper really seems to be fine after a concussion test. So Ntane will continue. She's still got 3 balls left in the over. So the umpire has got the attention of the official scorers, and they can proceed.
Just nicely played down the ground to long off, and they're through for the single. And what can Andrews do now?
One thinks that long off or long on or the mid-wicket fielders on the boundary can come into action now.
Yeah, definitely. No doubt. She want to finish the over the same way she got that second, started the over, should I say. And she tries, and that is going to go down to long on, but only for the single. And had she been fit there, I think Michaela Andrews, they could have taken 2 there. In fact, maybe Tabitha Lachranzi should have taken 2, being the non-striker. Would have had to have come down to the keeper's end, which you feel would have been a bit of a difficult chance for them. Have to take some chances now.
Just dot ball. Yeah, I saw Andrews this morning during a warm-up. That right knee of her was heavily strapped, and she's definitely in uncomfort.
Yeah, you feel that this momentum and the intensity of the bat has just dropped after the power play.
Absolutely.
Not meaning the shots they play, meaning intensity, but running between the wickets, and that's the difference that's playing out in front of us here between the two teams.
So 4 overs to go, not many overs left. They need to score.
Yeah, it seems that the Badgers women will finish their what seems to be a rather satisfactory season on a disappointing note today, as they required almost 14 to the over. Andrews hit this one out. There is fielded out on a deep and only 1 run added to the total. I don't think Yolandi Potgieter will mind singles at this point in time.
No.
Score 91 for 2. We're into the 17th over. 4 overs to go.
14 required off every single over now. 2 runs a ball, absolute minimum. And that's just going to be the single. And Andrews has got license now to play her shots.
Yes, they've got wickets in hand. They'll need to take the risk. And that one is
miles.
It's over the boundary for 6. Andrews coming to the party here.
Yeah, Andrews finally hitting the middle of the bat again. The team will still feel it doesn't happen often enough, but they'll take that 6 here. Takes the score to 98 for 2. Andrews moves swiftly to 36 as the bowler's running in Pote again, trying to knock her back, and another great shot down the ground. But it looks like there's a protection out there, just 1.
So 9 off the over so far. Yeah. So these two now put on 71 for the 3rd wicket. Tabitha Lachranzi can't get that one past the fielder at extra cover. Landry Janssen van Rensburg.
She's also been on 46 for a while.
She has.
Got stuck on 46.
She has a go down the ground. It's going to bounce in front of Annika Swart, sorry. And she'll keep the bowling at the end of that over.
Yeah, and that's done it up for the Badgers. After 17 overs, there's 3 overs left, and they did 44 from the last 3 overs. So it's a very simple. It's almost 15 per over.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this was the phase where they pulled it back nicely with the ball and Badgers, but now they need the total opposite and pick up momentum with the back. So let's see if Lachranzi can get herself to 50 as well, but also gain some momentum for a team. And Sani into Lachranzi down the ground. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know whether she was dragging her foot out the way or trying to stop that time, Nsani. But it will be Andrews, and you sense that Andrews holds the key as Lachranzi moves to 48. She's played a brilliant role here, Lacranci, in just keeping her end going. She started off like a house on fire in the power play. Has just played across the line and not going to take the run. It would have been dangerous for Andrews to do that. She has to deal in boundaries now.
Andrews is really struggling with the rhythm. Not really much timing in between the odd boundary here and there. But she's still looking to attack Insani as she...
and that may well be out, and it is. Umpire Rensha Pretorius gives the decision. She went down the wicket, and she has played a very good innings for the Badgers here. Tried her very best with that injury to get them over the line, but going down the wicket, just missing that straight one outside the off stump, and Veronice Reddy taking the bails off, in fact shattering the stumps with her gloves, the ball in hand, and it is going to be Julia Hall to come out and join Tabitha Lacranci. Hall, who can hit the ball pretty hard as well, but and they will be running quickly between the wickets, these two, no doubt, but it may just be too late for the Badgers with 2 overs and 4 balls, so 16 balls left to get 43 runs as they lose their 3rd wicket with a score on 101. So it was an excellent 73 run partnership between those two, but just not enough to get to this total, it seems.
Yeah, Julia Hall, she enters after the departure of Andrews, and there will be pressure for her to hit a few boundaries and to hit in very soon.
That's right.
She can't hang around to play herself in.
Yeah, maybe we have 2 balls to have a look here. And then the boundaries will have to come. Yep, as she pierces the gap on the leg side there, they're pushing for 2.
They're going to take it. And that's actually good running. That's very good running in the end. It would have been out if it had been a direct hit, but the bowler couldn't gather it in, and so that's exactly what the Badgers have probably been needing for a while.
Yeah.
It's been a bit difficult because of Andrews' injury, but you can't fault Andrews with her 37 that she scored. She was really trying to keep the scoreboard ticking along, batted at a runner ball. That's neatly played by
that is a well
Hall.
executed shot, and there will definitely be 2 as Hall makes her way for the 2nd run.
Yeah, you feel like the intensity that Hall's bringing to the wicket now is probably needed 4 or 5 overs ago, but Hall is trying to up the tempo here. Lacranci is also struggling to breathe a little bit. She's not running between the wickets. She's finding herself diving into and saving herself to stay at the crease.
That's another executed shot by Hall. She will not get 4 with it, but she will get a couple, and very good batting from Julia Hall. Just it's irrelevant to the context of the competition, but should Free State be able to restrict the Badgers to less than 115, they will win this match by a bonus point. And I think to come to Oudtshoorn and win both the 50 over and the T20 games back to back by bonus points against the Badgers, especially by the team that is bottom of the lock in both competitions, I think that is a massive achievement.
Okay.
And as we said yesterday, Free State definitely doesn't look like the team that's bottom of the lock.
No, they certainly don't look like the team that is the bottom of the log. They have done outstandingly well in their matches here over the weekend. That's nicely played by Lacranci, but she can't get it through Miane Smith. 2 overs to go, 20 runs an over needed. It's going to need some lusty blows here to get them over the line.
Another well ball delivery.
Yeah.
There was some width there, and encouragement by the wicketkeeper Reddy to her team. They really did well today. They batted well thanks to a great knock by Yolandi Potgieter. And that will be a half century for Tabitha Lacranci. No, it will not. Only 1. Moves to 49. Where she initially batted at more than a run a ball. A strike rate declined as the innings progressed, or as her innings progressed, she now faced 57 balls for 49.
Yeah, Pote is putting a hand up for the man of the match here. With a knock with the bat in the current figures, readings 3.3 overs only. Well, no wickets, but still she's putting a stop onto the badges here. So as Hall is facing the very experience in this game today, an outstanding performer, Pote.
She has been outstanding both with bat and ball. So certainly player of the match. So that's a no ball.
Should be a no ball.
Should be a no ball. No, it's not signalled as such by umpire Sabola. I'm surprised at that. Looked to me like that was above waist height. And Julia Hall having a look at the umpire as well.
Yeah. For a change, the umpires differ from the opinion of these commentators.
Yeah, there is a bit of a change. That definitely did look like a no ball from here. But that's nicely played
by all, but it will not be in addition to the score.
And this has been a brilliant over from Pote. I mean, just the single off it, in fact the leg by that it was, and she's not conceded a run off the bat this over, the 19th of the innings. And she still doesn't concede a run. So she bowled a maiden over in the 19th over of the innings. That is just, from a batting point of view, is, dare I say it, unforgivable. But
absolutely, absolutely. And once again, the bonus point victories on the cards now. They need to restrict the badges to 115. And that is a massive compliment for the Bloemfontein-based team.
Yes, it will be a very enjoyable bus trip back.
Yeah, I think they will have a few cold ones on the way to Bloemfontein. Unfortunately, they will arrive there late tonight.
Yeah.
But we've got a sight on their luxury coach standing there. But I don't think the CEO will mind them having a few cold ones in that bus. As Lagranzi goes out and she dismissed at 49.
Indeed.
She worked so hard. She lost the wicket at 49. Caught in a deep from the bowling of Mtsane, and that's the end of Tabitha Lagranzi, dismissed for 49.
Yeah, well played Tabitha, you tried your best, but unfortunately outsmarted by Insani there and also caught in the boundary. Very well played, 48 runs. But yeah, I think that's also pretty self-explanatory that it's probably the end of the game as well, and a victory that will be well deserved from Free State.
Yeah, it is indeed very well deserved victory for Free State, and Tabitha Lagranzi just struggling there after the power play where she couldn't play the ball over the top with impunity, has finally perished playing one over the top. She just struggled to get the ball and work it around into the gaps. And I think that injury to Michaela Andrews probably also having an impact on her, just in terms of not being able to come back for the twos. And it is going to be Mika Derrida who's come out now to take strike. And Sane has proven to be effective here. After her first over was very expensive. Herself and Pote have really put the brakes on towards the end of this innings.
Mtsane to Derrida. And that will be a single. It's played out, and we can't give some advice to the badges. They can't go back to the drawing board because there are not another matches this season, but they were very disappointed and gutted with their performance today and yesterday. It just seems, I think today, Pote batted really well, but the approach and unfortunately the injury to Andrews just preventing them from getting their noses ahead in the run chase.
Yeah, it was looking after 10 overs, they were in the game, and then after those 10 overs not quite being there, they're not going to take two there, and certainly the bonus point victory is looking on the cards here for the Free State, unless Mika Derrida can play this one. It's 110 for 4 now after.
Well, they need a boundary to prevent the bonus point defeat.
And that is
Derrida has done it.
She has.
I think she's listened to us this time. Well played, Mika Derrida. That's 4 runs.
Yeah, well executed shot there from Derrida, finding the boundary. Myself and James earlier this morning just to observe the players warming up, and you could kind of sense that it's that time of the season. You know, players are a bit physically tired, but
it has been a long season.
A very long season. Yeah.
For commentators, administrators, and coaches as well.
Yeah, it's just my old coach's voice is running through my head here. The way you start the game could be the same way you end it. So those small things still sticking in the back of my mind. If you picked up on the body language this morning in the warm-ups.
Definitely has. And
they still need a run from this ball to prevent a bonus point defeat.
So last ball of the season. And they are going to get the run.
I wonder if Free State was aware of this bonus point. Maybe not, but we can forgive them today.
Can.
Umpire signal led by. That's the end of the game. Well done to Free State. They victorious here at the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn.
Runs.
As they win by
27 runs it is. Sorry. 27 runs,
As they win by 27 runs. You're going to wrap us up,
James? Wrap things up for you, just to say thank you to my fellow commentators here, Warren Bell and Albertus Kennedy. It's been an absolute privilege to be here in Oudtshoorn once again, here at the beautiful recreation ground in Oudtshoorn, and it is congratulations to the ladies from the Free State who have won both the 50 over match yesterday and the 20 over challenge match today here against the host, the Garden Route Badgers, and it is the end of the season for both of these teams. The result here not making a difference to the log positions. There was a potential chance for the Badgers to move up should the result in the Wanderers be favourable to them, but they have finished at the lowest they can be is where they are at the moment, which is third on the log, which is a very good achievement from them in this T20 challenge for the year. Free State end at the bottom of the log, but very much going into the season break with a positive view of what their next season might look like. A lot of youngsters coming through, as we do have as well from a Garden Route Badgers point of view. Be good as well. The season campaigners for the Badgers who were out for a lot of the season are back into the fold, and the next season is another very important season for both of these teams. Free State will be wanting to ensure that they put in much better performances next season and see if they can't get themselves off the bottom of the logs and still retain their Division 1 status. And for the Badgers, it will be a time when they need to regroup and come back into the new season fresh and ready and raring to go and try and improve the positions they've been able to achieve in this season. As I say, it's been a wonderful opportunity for me to be here during the season and to be able to commentate on the matches here. I just want to say thank you once again to the South Western Districts Cricket Union and particularly Albertus and the team here, Zenobia, and the rest of the team that have been hosted us so incredibly well during this time, and good luck for the off season. All the best for the preparations, both to Albertus and Warren with his Colts team and the other teams here in the South Western District. So that's all from me, and just for my fellow commentators Albertus and Warren to say goodbye.
Now, thank you very much, James. May your flame and your passion for women's cricket not stop burning. Thank you, Warren. Just one last thing. I think the man of the match, or the player of the match, not the man of the match, the player of the match, I don't think there's any doubt that Yolandi Potgieter will walk away with that. A brilliant innings of 71 and also very economical bowling. She bowled 4 overs. She only conceded 16 runs. And from the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn, we say goodbye.